What's up, Treasuring Flow fam? If you are new to the channel, then go ahead. Lord Jesus. If you're new to the channel, then stick around, see if you love me, and if you do, then subscribe, turn notification bell. If you are not new to this channel, then welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. Let's get right into this video. And sorry, I know that you guys have not seen me in a long time. I know that in advance because I'm currently recording this video on September 29th, Wednesday morning. That's why I'm in the car. I wanted to get this video out and I wanted it to be as raw and as interrupted as possible. So sorry if you guys can hear the air conditioning. It's hot as a mug outside, so I needed the air conditioning, and I'm holding it because whenever I let the camera rest on the dashboard, it overheats and then I'm SOL, and once this camera overheats, I'm done with the fucking video. So basically, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about why I'm going on this hiatus. I know right now I'm probably not going to post again until November, so that's probably when you guys are going to see this. I am going to pre-record a couple of things. Like, as things happen and I'm able to, like, record it, I'm going to record it, but I'm not going to focus on, like, posting it, editing it. None of the stuff that, as far as, like, the behind-the-scenes stuff, I'm going to think about until November, because for multiple reasons. So, one of the reasons being the title of this video is I had an ectopic pregnancy. So if you follow my couples channel, you already know this. I'll put the video right here. My couples channel, we basically talked about what happened and why we didn't do our giveaway on time. So the thing that I'm going through right now is basically it hasn't been that long since my surgery for the ectopic pregnancy. So let me just gather my thoughts. So for those of you that do not know, an ectopic pregnancy is a pregnancy that it's supposed to go through your fallopian tubes and into your uterus. Basically, an ectopic pregnancy means that that the pregnancy lands in your ovaries or stays in your fallopian tubes, and it cannot grow there. It will not be a successful pregnancy there, so they have to remove it. It can be fatal if not caught on time. Prayerfully, thankfully, gratefully, it was caught on time for me. And it was an extremely traumatic experience for me, and the reason being, I'm sure, like, of course, like, you know, it was a loss of pregnancy. I feel like one of the reasons I decided to make this video is because I saw so many freaking people on YouTube and blogs, and the doctors were telling me the whole time, like, trying to, like, belittle the experience of an ectopic pregnancy because it's not a miscarriage, but it's a loss of pregnancy. Like, you thought you was pregnant, you was excited about having a baby, and then all of a sudden you're not having a baby, and it was extremely traumatic. So just learning that, like, I thought I was pregnant and then it turns out that I wasn't, was traumatic and hurtful. Of course, it's extremely painful, but then on top of that, it's like you have to go under a surgery to get that. You have to go through surgery to get that pregnancy removed from your body, and surgery in itself is a big change. Your body it hurts, like, it's painful and it's invasive, and it's not like super invasive, like they don't go up your like hoo-ha, but like they have to cut you open and all this other stuff. And it was just, for me, I had never had surgery before, so that by itself made it traumatic for me all by alone, because I was petrified. Like, I've always been extremely scared of surgeries, so even the thought of having a surgery had my anxiety on 10. I was crying 24/7, not just because of the pregnancy, but just the thought of going under a knife and being put under anesthesia. Like, I've never been put under anesthesia before. It was extremely scary for me. I mean, terrified. Oh my God, I was so scared. So I was like crying 24/7. The doctors were nice, and I feel like when they were saying it, they were trying to help me. But hold on. Sorry, you guys are seeing this because I'm not editing this video. I'm just gonna put it up as is. Not even gonna add an intro. I'm gonna just upload this bad boy. But basically, yeah, it was like extremely traumatic, and I was crying pretty much 24/7. And then I had to go home, and then the trauma continued, because when I went home, I had to deal with freaking, oh my gosh, I couldn't do anything basically for like 4 or 5 days. And that doesn't seem like a long time, but for me, I'm an extremely independent person. The surgery happened on like a Saturday night or a Sunday or something like that, and then I went home that same day. I could not go to the bathroom by myself. I could not lift anything. I could not lift my arms at all. I couldn't shower by myself. I needed help to get from my bedroom to the bathroom and then back from the bedroom to my bed. If I sat up, I needed help to sit back. Like, I had the hardest time doing everything. And they put me on oxycodone for the pain. The pain didn't really set in until like the second day, and then all of a sudden I was in pain all the time. And so I started taking the oxycodone. I was trying to avoid the oxycodone because I knew it was highly addictive, and my mom was like, you're not gonna get addicted that fast. But I was like, I ain't even trying to risk it, you know what I'm saying? But the pain got to the point where I was just like, we're gonna have to be risking it because this is not it. So I was taking the oxycodone, and it was knocking me out. So when I was awake, I was in pain and not functioning, and then I had to take medication that had me sleep all the other time, and I hated the lack of productivity. And the problem is that I didn't. It's really hard to explain, but I want to explain it while it's fresh and while I'm still in the midst of dealing with the emotions. Like, I'm literally in the midst right now of just handling everything mentally and emotionally. Like, physically, I can walk, I can like shower, I can do things on my own now, but mentally and emotionally there is still physical pain. Like, if I exert myself too much, there's a lot of pain. My belly button is so agitated easily. I can't stretch too hard or there's pain, or anything like that. And y'all know I like to do yoga, so that was kind of annoying. But like the main thing is like the mental and the emotional. Like the physical, the first few days was just god awful. Like, I'm talking like I'm not gonna cry on this video. I'm not a crier, and I did a lot of crying already. But it was, what is this little, do y'all see this? What is that? Is that like light that's happening? I think there's like lighting. Oh my god. But oh, it's gone now. Okay, great. But yeah, it's like the most frustrating feeling. I felt miserable. I was so sad. My couples channel, we touched on it. It did affect our relationship because both of us were dealing with the trauma of losing a pregnancy, as well as seeing me that way. I'm sure it was difficult for my fiance to see me the way that he was seeing me, so just vulnerable and down, and I could not uplift myself. It was not happening. All I could do was pray and cry. That's all I did 24/7. And I know that took a toll on him, and me and him both deal with trauma differently. And so it was just a really fucking hard time. Like, I don't even know how, I'm sorry for the curse words because I'm not editing this video, so y'all just want to get these curse words. But it was a really like a effing hard time. And now it's like dealing with the mental and emotional. I'm trying to deal with it in the most healthy way. It wasn't a planned pregnancy. We were not trying to get pregnant. It just happened. So I will say that there are parts of me that are just like, okay, this wasn't the time. You know, we're engaged. We're trying to plan a wedding. We're trying to move. There's so much stuff that we have going on right now. We're trying to save to buy a house. Like, I feel like maybe now just wasn't the time for the pregnancy, and God was just letting us know that, like, in due time. I feel a lot of fear because now I have a 40% chance of having another ectopic pregnancy if I get pregnant again, and that is extremely like scary. And then there's the fact that, you know, now like I just feel like now I'm on edge when it comes to pregnancy, like 24/7 for myself. I don't feel like I realize there are a lot of people who go through like infertility and pregnancy issues. Oh, and they told me that my left fallopian tube was damaged, so I have to go to the OBGYN to see if I'm even going to be able to have irregular pregnancies. Now, I feel like one of the major differences between me and some of the other people that deal with like pregnancy issues or infertility issues is that I'm not now sensitive to other people's pregnancy stuff. Like, if somebody made a pregnancy joke about them not being pregnant, or like, you know, oh, I'm pregnant, and then they're not pregnant, I'm not going to be offended by that. I know that there are a lot of people who deal with infertility and things like that that are offended by that. I'm not. I just don't connect it. I don't connect those dots emotionally. It just doesn't do that to me. But I will say that now, when it comes to talking about kids and myself, there is a newfound emotional connection that I did not have before. And I just feel, a part of me like has this feeling of like, now I'm damaged. Like, I don't feel like I'm like a regular woman. Like, and I hate that I feel like that, because normally I would be like, when other people deal with stuff like this, I'm always like, no, you're still a woman. You were just as much a woman now as you were before. Like, I'm always the one to uplift people. But now going through it myself, I feel what that feels like, to feel like I'm just not a woman. Like, I can't do what women do. The thing that we can do that no man can do, I can't do. Like, it's like, and since the surgery, because, you know, I cut my hair, I'm not able to, like, I wasn't able to look like a girl for a while, and it put a damper on my security and my own looks. I started to think that I wasn't as attractive. I started to question myself, and and question my ability to balance like life and to have the things that I wanted to have. And it's just like so many different thoughts and emotions are happening right now that I am going to go back to therapy. That's another reason I don't have time for YouTube. I'm going to be focusing hardcore on this healing journey that I'm about to go on. And I don't want to think about YouTube in the meantime. YouTube is like one of my favorite things, one of my favorite passion projects, but it's also one of the most like taxing passion projects for me. Like, it may not be that way for others, but it is for me. It's one of the most taxing. It's one of the most that affects me the most. Like, when things are going good and when things are going bad, I'm more impacted through YouTube than I am like with my blog, because everything else just kind of flows. Like, I just get what I get. YouTube is the only thing that so heavily fluctuates that it affects me, and I try so hard. So it's like, I need a break from YouTube. I'm taking a break from other stuff too. There's like a lot of my little side hustles and passion projects I'm taking a heavy break from. I'm doing only the main things that I do now are the only things I'm really going to be focusing on. I'm going to be more active on my personal brand than I was before, get active with these reels and stuff. I have a lot of emotional things happening with me right now, and I just really need to focus on myself, not to mention the fact that I'm starting to begin the wedding planning. And I want to be able to do that with a positive mindset. I don't want to feel like I have too much weighing on me before we choose the venue, because the venue is like the hardest part for me right now. I've already decided like so many other things, but then this venue is just like, so, and then I have, we're trying to move, like we have to move in November. So that's another reason why I'm not going to post until November. I'm not going to post until I'm in my new place, my new office space, and I know that I'll be able to sit down and focus on YouTube stuff. I'll have a new environment and things like that. So when I'm in that environment, you guys will see more of me. And then there's, the wedding, that, and then the holiday season coming up, and I'm trying to prepare for that. I just have so much stuff that I'm doing in my business. It's just so much going on right now, bro, that I'm just like, I need to get away from YouTube, and I still have to deal with my mental and my emotional and make sure that I'm good at the end of the day. So I did not tell you guys that I was taking this break. I did not tell you guys ahead of time with the video, like, hey guys, I'm taking a YouTube break. No, I didn't do that. I just kind of like disappeared from YouTube. I know that because that's what I'm doing right now. I was supposed to post a video on Friday. It is now Wednesday, and I ain't posted nothing, and I ain't posting nothing this Friday either. I will not post a video again until we are in our new apartment, and I've settled in the new apartment, and it is furnished, and we are chilling, and I feel, and I'm in a better headspace. When I'm in a better headspace mentally and emotionally and physically, then I'll probably give you guys like an update on what's happening with my ectopic pregnancy emotions and everything. Because right now it's just, I don't talk about it with anybody. So I know like I have a lot of friends who like reached out to me during this time, who like really was like asking me every single day, are you okay? How are you doing? How are you feeling? And I hope like if you're watching this that you don't feel no type of way about this, but like I hated it. Like, I hated people checking up on me every single day. I appreciated it because I know it came from love, but it was like, I'm doing the same that I was doing yesterday. Today is not different. I don't feel like enough time has passed for anyone to expect me to have a drastic enough change for you to ask me every day if I'm okay. So it was like, check on me once a week, don't check on me once a day. Like, that's how I was feeling. But I was just, answering the questions. I was very honest. Like, if I wasn't okay, which normally I wasn't, I said so. I'm in physical pain. Emotionally, I'm not doing that great. Like, I'm honest with my friends, but I don't express myself to my friends as much. And I know that they know how I am. Like, all my friends know I'm not about to be like crying and talking to them and venting about it. They'll all offer, like, if you want to vent or if you want to talk about it, I'm here. And I appreciate that. I appreciate my friends, my close friends, every person that's in my wedding party. Oh my God, I love with every ounce of my being. Like, those are my fucking people. those are my people. That's all I can really say. Everybody who's in it, like, I love them to every degree possible. You guys are going to see a lot of vlogs with them when closer to the wedding time comes, like my bridal shower, my whatever, the things that people do in their weddings, before a wedding. So all that stuff, you guys are going to see them. You guys are going to know, like, my dynamic with them is different, and the reason why I hang out with them when I'm with them, like, 24/7, and when I'm, like, here in Georgia, because none of my friends live here, I'm by myself pretty much all the time, because I haven't really found the same type of connect with anyone else here that I have with them. Those are like my people. And now, I can do like 2 times a year hanging out with the people that I know here. Not because of them, because I actually really like the people that I've met here. It's just they're more like outgoing than me and more like involved and into things, and I'm just extremely introverted, and I'm that way with my emotions as well. I don't like to be that expressive. I don't like to cry and talk about things. I don't like to like talk to my friends on the phone about stuff unless I'm already over it. So like I can talk about this months from now and then explain and express more of what I was going through. But like right now, talking to a person is just not it for me. Like I can talk to you all day because ain't nobody here for real. Like y'all are not actually here. So I can talk to you guys, which is why I hope my friends are not offended. I'm sure they understand because they know me by now. But I just don't think that I can handle communicating and getting words back at the moment. Like immediate response, I don't think I can deal with at this moment in time, which is why I'm not venting. I'm not talking about it with anybody. I'm keeping it to myself. The other person who's really heard me talk about it or talk about my insecurities and me being sad and me just like I've been really down on myself lately, just not feeling myself, not thinking that I'm attractive, not thinking that I'm together, not thinking I'm a woman, just thinking I'm ugly. I've been saying like almost every day, I just cannot stay my face today. I cannot stay my face today. It's just like a very annoying, and I'm not like that normally. Like I'm usually very confident. Like a girl's usually like, oh cute, me, but it just hasn't been that since the surgery. So I'm working on that, and you know, aside from all the other stuff that's also, you guys, I just named everything that's, the sun just decided to go away, but I just named everything that is causing me to not come about, and basically I just shared my symptoms, you know, the pain and all that stuff. So I just wanted to kind of vent to you guys about that, tell you guys my ectopic pregnancy story, and then I'm going to do an update talking about how I am like a month and a half from now, because right now it's just very, very raw, and right now it's just very, very painful. I can't think of another way to describe it. It's just pure pain, and emotionally, mentally. I think the only thing that has me really holding on is my spiritual relationship with God, and I'm really holding on to him, that he knows what he's doing and that he will bring me my baby. Like he will bring me the child that we wanted. So ain't gonna be no crying. I said that. I meant it. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, hopefully you guys, you know, got something from this video. If you have ever experienced anything like this, or know anyone who's experienced something like this, so let me know in the comment section down below. I know that some people, like, you know, it's not a miscarriage, so they don't care, but like if you're like me and it affected you just as deeply as a miscarriage, and I have had a miscarriage before, years ago, but I have had one, so it did affect me just as deeply, if not worse, because of the trauma of the surgery as well. Like, if that was your experience as well, then please comment down below. I made this video for people who feel like that, as opposed to all the videos and people that I saw who made it seem like a lighthearted situation. Like, because it's so common, it's not as painful, and it's extremely painful. So like, yeah, I love you guys very, very much. I'm not gonna be like making depressing videos from now on. It's, you know, back to the regular grind of, you know, like day in the life, girl boss stuff. I actually did a vlog yesterday doing girl boss stuff that you guys are gonna see after this video, so stay tuned, where you guys see like a day in my life, like a realistic day of my life, of me, like, you know, recording vlogs and doing reels and doing work and going to a cafe and going, then like my day suddenly taking a turn. Like, you're gonna see that. That's like a realistic thing. And so just let me know, like, if you guys want to see that, what you guys are seeing it. It's coming next week. That's what you're going to get. So comment down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you made it to this point, you love me, right? You love me. You're interested in me. You're interested in what I have to offer. Binge watch my videos. Like this video. Comment. And subscribe. Okay? I love you guys ever so much, and I'll see you in the next video.